Feel the excitement? That's peak performance. And it's electric.
Look out. Be sure everybody's safe with the new Peak backup camera system. With the Peak Jump Starter, you don't need another car to jump your dead battery, so there's no waiting. And the fun never stops with the Peak Power Inverter. It instantly converts your car's battery power to household power. Great as a mobile office or for tailgating.
Inside, outside, all around your car. When you peak, you win.
Hi, this is Trackside Tina with the JGT Motorsports Report. What an awesome race weekend at the Daytona 500. I was there representing Toyota in the pit pass display, and I had so much fun. The fans were great, the weather was perfect, the race was so exciting. It really didn't get much better than that. So let's take a look back and see what happened at this year's Daytona 500. Michael Waltrip had an emotional victory in the Camping World Truck Series. Tony Stewart had a great win in the Nationwide Series, but it was Trevor Bayne with an unbelievable finish in the Sprint Cup Series. At age 20, Trevor became the youngest driver in NASCAR history to win the Daytona 500. With the newly surfaced track, it made racing much faster during qualifying, and many drivers paired up to gain even faster speeds during the race. The Daytona 500 brought even more firsts for the NASCAR history books, like the most lead changes with 74 among 22 different drivers, and 16 caution flags with 60 laps total under caution. This was really no surprise since it wouldn't be Daytona without many wrecks and pileups. I've had the honor of interviewing Trevor a couple of times last season when Trevor was with Toyota, and I can tell you he is such a nice guy and such a talented driver. Trevor is enjoying being a champion and making many appearances since his win. On Tuesday, February 22nd, Trevor made an appearance at Harry Carey's at Navy Pier for the fans. He and Chicagoland President Scott Paddock gave away tickets to the race, which for the first time since its inception, this season's chase kicks off at Chicagoland Speedway. Trevor also already received a call from the White House to schedule a call from the President himself, Barack Obama. Trevor is also hoping to meet some of his favorite sports celebrities, and was even mentioned on the Conan O'Brien Show on Monday, February 21st. Trevor's win also brought a lot of pride to the Wood brothers, who's been in the sport for 61 years, but hasn't had a Daytona 500 win since 1976. Trevor wondered how his fellow competitors would accept his victory, being so young, and he said he received nothing but kind words. I can't imagine anything other than that. Trevor is excited about heading to Phoenix this weekend to run in both the Nationwide and Sprint Cup race, February 26th and 27th. I can't wait to watch. Now it's time to change gears and talk about drag racing. The NHRA Full Throttle Drag Racing Series kicks off this weekend in Pomona, California, February 25th through the 27th. Drivers are so excited to be back at the drag strip again to show how well their hard work off-season has paid off. One driver who's really excited to be there, not just for racing, but to show off his new paint scheme, is none other than TJ Zizzo. TJ had a special artist draw his paint scheme and put it on his car this year. It's legendary motorsport artist Kenny Youngblood. Kenny is an awesome guy. He's so talented, and I'm so honored to be able to work with him many times in the Toyota Pit Pass display. So look for Kenny while you're at the races. I have to tell a funny story of how Kenny paired up with TJ, myself, and Jerry's Garage Talk. Many times I call in, Jerry's got special guests in the studio. I never know who's going to be there. But with talking with TJ, it was a lot of fun, and I finally got to put the face with the driver while at one of the drag races. He made it known that he loved Kenny Youngblood and was a fan of his artwork, so I decided to take Kenny with me and give him a surprise visit. I don't know who was more excited to meet who, but it all worked out. The rest is history. So be looking for Kenny's paint scheme on Jerry's Garage Talk for those exclusive photos, and also look for it at the track. Kenny also did Jerry's Garage Talk's motorsport logo. Find out from Jerry's Garage Talk how you can get a logo like this too. Well, that wraps up this week's JGT Motorsports Report. For more racing info, check back each week. I'll be back with more updates, and you can also see great videos at goflow.com. I've got some special features interviewing some drivers, and even special guests like Chicagoland Speedway President Scott Paddock. He's sharing some great information about some new changes to the track this year, which I'm sure you'll enjoy. Well, for the second most famous words in motorsports, I'm Trackside Tina, and I'll see you at the checkered flag. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Trackside Tina. You always keep us abreast of what's going on in the motorsports. That's right, so tune in each and every week for more Trackside Tina.
Ever want to boost your car's color and shine fast in the sun? That's when you need Meguiar's Ultimate Quick Wax. It goes on so fast, creates incredible gloss with amazing protection. Meguiar's hydrophobic polymer technology is so powerful, it actually sheds water uphill. A force that delivers relentless water beating. Keep your car looking like a show car with Ultimate Quick Wax, only from Meguiar.
This is actually the Kenny Youngblood. This is the coolest thing. Again, like I said, he has not done this in over 30 years.
30 years, yeah.
History in the making right now, man. We've got Kenny Youngblood's rendition of this car. Would you say rendition?
Edition. You know, I was always grateful when Kenny redid our logo. You know, it was a logo Jerry and I were always proud of. But man, I tell you what, when Mr. Blood puts pen to something, it's outstanding.
You guys got a lot of exciting things going on this year. You're going to be at Pomona. First time you guys ever done that?
I'm scared to death, Jerry.
Are you really?
For the first time in my career, I'm scared.
You seem a little on edge today. You seem a little nervous. Not that happy-go-lucky guy that I know and love.
Well, I usually get to watch this on television.
Right.
That's what I usually get to do. See this on television, watch it, get acclimated, say, wow, those guys are going a little bit slower than I thought, we'll be competitive still, all that stuff. Now, we're going to be rolling to the starting line the same time everyone else is. It makes me nervous. I don't know why.
Ah, TJ, come on, don't be nervous. It's one of the oldest drag strips in the world. It's the start of the season. You got nothing to be worried about.
It's NHRA's 60th anniversary.
Oh, add that.
We're going to be unveiling a car.
Let's talk a little bit about this unveiling.
I heard about that. Now, how did this kind of come about?
Came about over a simple conversation.
Okay.
Kenny Youngblood. You guys know Kenny Youngblood?
Legendary graphic artist.
Yeah, matter of fact, he's done our logo, which you'll be seeing shortly as well. But go ahead.
It's funny how things go full circle. Well,
absolutely.
I knew Kenny Youngblood, and you fine gentlemen, famous people knew Kenny Youngblood. I knew it.
We're celebrities.
So I figured, you know what? You guys introduced me to Kenny Youngblood over the telephone.
Right.
In your studio at one time.
With Trackside Tina.
Trackside Tina?
Right.
She's hot, by the way.
I know, she's amazingly hot. She's going to be joining us later as well. She's going to be doing a segment every week with us.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely. So.
Too bad you guys can't, too bad your audience can't see her. Well, maybe, will they see her now?
They will be able to see her now, absolutely.
Ooh. Well, actually, if you go to jerrysgaragetalk.com, you can view Tina. She did get all of our hits on our website.
She reminded me of that anyways. Anyways, we're drifting again.
Yeah.
All right, so.
Sorry, Tina.
So the circle all came around. Now, I understand, what was it, last summer that Trackside came by your pit and she had Kenny Youngblood with you?
I had no idea who he was. I met him at Indy, briefly.
Right. Okay.
Hey, Trackside Tina, what's going on? How you doing? We're ready to start the car. I was ready to get in it.
Right.
And then she goes, hey, I got someone for you to meet. I said, hey, how you doing, dude? Nice to meet you. He goes, I'm Kenny Youngblood. I said, no way, that's killer.
Right.
You know, I had no idea what he looked like. You know, so there it was. At Indy, it was just a simple conversation briefly about, hey, my name's TJ, you're Kenny, later, dude. Right. And then after that, we have stuff falling from the rafters here. All our props for Peak Motor Oil are falling. That's all right, it's all good.
Herculiner, don't forget Herculiner.
Oh, geez, all right.
But anyway, so then at Charlotte, he came by. We were working on, actually what we were doing is grinding on connecting rods that we had just purchased that were poorly constructed. By a famous manufacturer, and we're all most of us were still back at the pit area at 11 o'clock at night, grinding on these connecting rods, making clearances, you know, so the crankshaft didn't come around and whack the connecting rod. We shouldn't be doing that at 10 o'clock at night in a top fuel car, but we were. Anyway, here comes Kenny Youngblood. Kenny Youngblood walks up, has a plastic cup in his hand. I'm sure there was Gatorade and Powerade.
Oh, absolutely.
There was
What is it, full throttle?
Yeah, maybe a little full throttle, keep him going through the night.
Absolutely.
You know? So there he was, he came up and said, hey, you know what's going on? I met you before. And we just started bullshit. You know, at that point he sees us grinding on connecting rods, we're just hanging out, having a good time. Come on through, Kanks.
Guys are working.
You're the man. So anyway, comes through, I talk to him, I'm like, this guy's a genius. I said, how cool would it be if he designed our next car? He looked at me and he goes, he just smiled. He goes, that would be awesome.
When's the last time Blood has done a car?
I believe it was in the 80s. I know he has done things, and I'm talking about professional.
No, absolutely.
He's done some nostalgia cars.
Exactly.
You know, of course, he still paints every day of his life. But to design a top fuel dragster on a professional level must be in the 80s. But you got to ask him. I don't even know.
I'll give you an idea. Kenny Youngblood did the graphic arts for cars like the Blue Max. I'm trying to think of another one real quick. The Blue Max is the one that comes to my mind most famously. And a lot of these guys are rebuilding these old school funny cars, and they don't want to use stickers that's done now. So he's actually had a resurgence in his industry because these guys are redoing these cars, and they want them done the way it was done in the old days. So the headlights on these cars are going to be done with an airbrush or a paintbrush versus a sticker. So, I mean, if you've ever seen any of his artwork, what is it, KennyYoungblood.com?